13th century monastic Knives Out. I read Umberto Eco's The Name of the Rose. This was awesome. It made me angry. It made me laugh. It made me frustrated. It made me gasp. It made me think. It made me use my brain. It made me work. But it was such an experience more than it was like a book. A lot of it is just a bunch of sassy monks who are just really concerned over whether or not Christ had a sense of humor. And for those who are interested, there is a book called The Humor of Christ, and I highly recommend you read it because it's super fascinating. But there were some monks that really were dead set on like killing people over whether or not Christ had humor. The line that went the hardest for me was, "Women are the vessel of the devil." Hell yeah. Hell yeah, we are. He writes in such a highly detailed way that like you can quite literally draw a map based off of everything that he describes in this book. He's very, very detailed. Sometimes too detailed, and I would kind of zone out a little bit, I will be totally honest. But for the most part, like the detail was all relevant. Describing the labyrinthine library and how the stars are arranged and the way that the windows are set in the walls. It was really cool how he made it this like twisty mystery. I happen to find the history of the Catholic Church like weirdly so fascinating. It's full of it in this. This book is really like a testament to the absurdity of religion, and at the same time, it's like this beautifully interwoven history of the church with this mystery and this monastic order that's experiencing these murders, and they're dealing with heresy and opulence and like all these different theological questions that just show how like absurd religion could have been and used to be. Eco clearly loved like the concept of what heresy would have been back then and like did his research. The man lived, ate, and breathed his research clearly. I will be very real though. It is kind of a challenging book. It is, I think it was number 14 on the most challenging books ever written. So it is a challenge. It feels really weird to give like a star rating to what's considered a global cultural literary masterpiece. This is a book that I will walk away giving a 4.5 star to, knowing full well that it's going to sit with me in my bones and I'm going to revisit that rating in like a year. And if I still feel haunted by this book and like changed by this book, because it's done something to the way that I think, and I can't tell you what that is yet, I don't know. But I think when I figure that out, this is a book that will eventually transcend the 5-star system and it will become what I call a 6-star book. I am covetous with my 6 stars. I am not loosey-goosey or free with them. There are 3, and those 3, because I know people will ask, The Stand by Stephen King, the unabridged version, Till We Have Faces by C.S. Lewis, and The Red Tent by Anita Diamant. Those are 3 books that fundamentally changed the chemistry of my brain. And I get the impression that this book is going to do the same thing, but I always sit on a book for like at least a year before I reconsider if its rating should be higher. So this is one that I'm definitely going to revisit, and I have a very strong feeling this is going to skip 5-star and just go right to 6-star because it's done something to me, and I just don't know what that is.